What's going on, people? It's your man, the R.I.P, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, user HZB9271, 100%, no doubt about it, for boosting the coin up. So, we got some leaked news right now regarding Shane Fury, aka Shane McGuinness. Yeah, that's the true family name, confirmed by Interpol. So you might not come at me with a fake, no, it's McGuinness. Yeah? I'm not even, truth be known, Shane Fury doesn't have the profile of Tyson Fury, so we know Tyson Fury's name is Luke McGuinness, but I can't be sure whether it's Shane or something else. For sure, it's McGuinness though. That's the line. It's not, they're not Furious. That was made up. That was made up to get in the spotlight. It has a ring to it, right? Tyson Fury. Whoa! Yeah? But Tyson McGuinness, don't hit the same, does it? Let's call it a spade. It's Luke McGuinness. Come on, people, stop. Yeah? Luke McGuinness, what hits harder? Luke McGuinness or Tyson Fury? Anyway, so Shane McGuinness has now spoken on his dad's diabolical corner techers. Yeah? Some of the worst lacking corner techers I've ever seen in my life. And Shane gives his 2 pennies on it. Let's get to the bars, 100%, not that about it.
Last question. There was a lot made about too many voices
Yes.
in the corner.
100% agree.
Right, so what was your take on that, on the night?
My take is, deeply, truly, honest opinion is, my dad wants the best for his sons, okay? And the best for his sons, after he's been put down and nearly not called out, is to get him through the fight, fuck the boxing, you can be KO'd, not wake up, yeah? That's his mentality, because he wants the best for his sons.
So, essentially, Shane Fury is confirming... Well, I mean, what was my opinion? Why did I think John was doing what he was doing? I think John was doing what he's doing because he's bipolar. Yeah, at points he was saying, "Go on, Tyson. Oh, go on, Tyson. Get him, son. Go on. Give him this. Give him that. Give him the left hook." Yeah? Another time he was saying, "Oh, run, 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 rabbit, run. Oh, run, Tyson. Don't let him get you." Oh, yeah? I think he was trying to be like Sugar Hill was in Wilder 3. Sugar Hill came in the clutch in that fight and said, "Tyson, get behind your jab." That was a clutch moment. Within boxing circles, it's highly revered. That was really Sugar Hill's claim to fame. Yeah, I guess the first... Really, Fury Wilder 2 and 3 were his claim to fame. Number 2 was the fact that he had the game plan, changed Fury's whole style from the first fight. And number 3 was that clutch moment, get behind your jab. Yeah, you're blowing it type shtick. The Manny Stewart type shtick. And I feel that John Fury, my base case would be that John Fury, he was trying to cover all bases. So that if Tyson won on points, or won by knockout, he could say, "Oh, it was me, I told Tyson, go get him. And 2 rounds later," etc, etc. 2 rounds later, he was smoked. It was my advice. Because we know there's been a lot of beefing between, well, not from Sugar Hill's point of view, but John Fury's done nothing but slate Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill's no good. Sugar Hill's this. Sugar Hill's a snitch. Sugar Hill's whatever. And you could see it in the corner. Sugar Hill's in the centre stage trying to get Tyson's attention. And Tyson's looking at Andy Lee. He's looking at John. He's hearing literally there was 3 men in the corner. And I heard 3 different opinions. Yeah, in one round, one man will be saying one thing. Another. And it was mad. Each round, Sugar Hill was consistent, to be fair. Sugar Hill was consistently trying to get Tyson Fury to do the archetypal Kronk style. He's the only one that was consistent. Andy Lee, I don't know what he was on. Now we know Andy Lee has the MTK El Kinahan connect. So I think it's probably likely Andy Lee was off it. He was off to Kinahan. That's why he was just so loose. "Oh, you winning, man." He just spaced out. Buzzing like, "Yeah, man, you win. Maybe it wasn't the Kinahan. It might have been the green. He was spaced somewhere. It could have been the shrooms or it could have been the green. He was too hippified. "Yeah, man, you winning, bro. You winning, Tyson. Oh, you winning, Tyson. Oh." Yeah? Andy Lee was on his hippie. He weren't trying to do nothing. He weren't adding no value. Telling Tyson, "Oh, you winning. Oh, yes. Oh." Sounding like the Churchill dog. Oh, you winning, Tyson." Couldn't have been further from the truth. Even if he thought he was winning, it wasn't like that, was it? To sit there and lyric and suck someone off. "Only 2 rounds, Tyson. 2 rounds to go, and you've done it." To sit there and lyric off in that fashion, you would have had to have been proper washing someone. Very rarely you can be that comfortable. I'm trying to think of a fight. What fight could you say? You're just schooling them. Okay, Fury versus Chisora 3. Or 2. Yeah, Fury versus Chisora 2 or 3. At that point you can say, if you want, you're boxing his head off, 2 rounds and you've won kind of thing. That's fair. In this fight though, it wasn't like that. It really wasn't. You should never tell a fighter to cruise if it's a 50-50, 60-40 type of fight. I don't even think it was a 50-50 fight. But if you did, which is the best you could see that point in round 10. I mean, Andy Lee's supposed to be the boxing pugilist connoisseur. Wow. Anyway, Shane Fury leaks the fact that John was on his humanitarian stick. Yeah, on his peacekeeper mission. John Fury was the peace envoy between the Ukraine and the UK. That was his role, to maintain the UK's peaceful sovereignty. He didn't want the UK getting their blocks spun up. That's what he didn't want. So he was in the middle trying to negotiate the situation to prevent the UK being conquered in the most dominant fashion. Yeah, because right now the Ukrainians, they run in this town. But John Fury managed to negotiate in a way where it's not blatant. If Tyson Fury was splattered on the canvas, there'd be no denying it. At this point, they have plausible deniability. Yeah? They can say, oh, it was close. Frank Warren can say, oh, I had him winning by a round, it was close, and right? But if Fury was splattered, there'd be no denying he got splattered. I think I did say after the fight, that was my, I mean, it's not rocket science, but there was a hunch that John just didn't want. It wasn't to do with John wanting to save his son, I don't believe. It was to do with John trying to save his ego. He knew they could throw enough mud on the wall and make something stick about how we really won if he got the points. Yeah? Oh, I've been robbed. If you get knocked spark out, it's no denying you're not the best man born for your mother. John Fury's nuts don't carry the most fightful DNA. Yeah? Anyway.
Okay. But sometimes when you want the best for someone, it's not the best instructions. Do you know when you're saying move, listen, travellers have a language what non-travellers don't understand, okay? And you'll not know what was getting said in the corner, but what was getting said in the corner was don't be an idiot, get moving and so on. Whatever it was, whatever you were saying, yeah? But that's me dad's mentality to get him through the fight so we can get through the fight and safe. But them instructions.
So basically, Shane Fury's admitting that John, his dad, expected Tyson to be knocked spark out. Those were the options. Shane Fury is saying John had a choice between winning or being knocked spark out. And John Fury, the great fighting man, and that's what I don't agree with. Shane Fury spinning this like, oh, if you know bare knuckles, then the bare knuckle culture, we do it this way. I don't agree with that. The bare knuckle culture I've seen, that is purity, is you fight. Right? So it's like Mexican style. Mexican style, bare knuckle style, whatever other style you want in there, at its best is you fight or you go spark out on your back. And those aren't my words. Peter Fury himself. Another bare knuckle. Easy the same. Yeah? You got a choice. You flap it and lose on points, or you go spark out on your back. And Peter Fury said, you go spark out on your back. And that shows you the differential between the two men. John Fury is a wannabe. He says the right things, but in his heart, you saw it in there. He says the right things, the right the pseudo-masculine things, but in his heart, there's a big old bitch in there, which I believe derived from prison. When you spend 10 years in the pen, and you consider to be a home comfort for the mandem, I'll bomb you, KSI. I'll bomb you. Yeah? When you're a home comfort for the mandem, because you big bubbly Donny, yeah? That's why John Fury he leans that side defensive. Oh, I don't want to fight the mandem for my booty hole, so I'm just going to give it up to the mandem. I'm just going to paint my hair pink instead, rather than fight for my butthole. That's the kind of thing he on. Peter Fury says, I'm going spark out for my backside. Yeah? That's the calibre of man you've got. John Fury roll over, oh, let's try and find a political way to make out we won. And Peter, that's how the fight game. Don't, in fact, scrap John and Peter Fury. Tyson said, "Oh, I'll go out on my back, spark out, if I have to." Yeah? If I have to go spark out to win, I will. I didn't see none of that attitude in there. I didn't even see a Wilder versus Fury round 11, I think it was. When Fury gets put down and comes back like a steam train. Didn't even see that. He got knocked out almost and then did nothing. There was no critical damage on Usyk in rounds 10, 11 or 12. You had 3 rounds to get it done, to do something. Nothing. It was all mix and match. Anyway.
Sometimes not what you need. Now, a strange person, okay, like Sugar Hill, for an example, or any other trainer, you're a piece of meat. Now this is not going to Sugar or any other trainer. A fighter's a piece of meat to a trainer or promoters or anything, because when they're finished, they get another one and they go on with that and so on, alright? But what the trainers do, if you want to win a fight, the trainers will give you the right instructions to go on and do that. But in the meantime, you might get flattened on your back doing it. But they're the instructions what you need to win the fight. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're emotionally
So he's basically saying John Fury has... Well, wait there.
involved with something and you don't want something to... Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're emotionally involved with something and you don't want something to happen, you might have a different opinion on it.
Makes perfect sense.
You understand? But when someone's a piece of meat to someone...
Nah, Shane, it's not about being a piece of meat. We all get where Shane's going with this, yeah? But the truth is, Tyson Fury said, John Fury said, this is the fight game. Oh, not a man born from his mother. When you say them kind of bars, it's supposed to carry a certain weight. Yeah? Not a man born from his mother doesn't mean, well, I'll win if I can win easy or I'll lose. Not a man born from his mother means I'm a win or die trying. That's what that means. Otherwise, you might as well be Floyd Mayweather. Well, I'll win on points if I can and I'll nick a fight or I'll lose. Yeah? I'm not going to really put myself out there like that. John never said them bars. John talked about warrior bars. Oh, you know John Fury. So, it's hypocritical and it's just a bit weak, as we knew. John's a waffler. He doesn't believe what he's saying. He doesn't believe he should back up the things he was saying and the thing his son was saying. Son or not, this is the game you chose, right? Oh, R.I.P is emotionally invested and other trainers wouldn't care about Tyson. This is the fight game. It's not about caring or not. It's about, do you want to win or not? And Tyson Fury and John Fury chose not to win. That's the bottom line here. And that's on them. Would they have won otherwise? Listen, what we know for a fact is, backpedaling on Andy Lee's and John Fury's advice, you'd been doing that 12 rounds to marginal success. Tyson Fury's only success came when he started being offensive. Fact. He had almost no success backpedaling with his chops in the air. So Tyson Fury didn't want to go through the fire. That's what's evident. He came running out in round 1 and then backpedaled, literally. I was like, whoa. He ran out, jogged out to the middle of the ring and then literally backed up the whole rest of the fight. That shows you what the man's about. Yeah? It's not like, well, he was boxing his chops off and... I mean, if you can backpedal and box someone's chops off, which to be fair, I did think Fury could do at the time, that's one thing. But when you're losing and you've told us, if I need to, I'll go to the dungeons, you're expected to do that. Especially after all that talk. Like you was going to do that. Especially after convincing and psyoping the YB into believing you'd do that. I felt comfortable knowing, listen people, I'm going to put $100 on, and I know at the very least, Fury's going to get knocked out trying to win. That's all I ask. And guess what? 2-2s, the YB's coins on the line, and he don't want to get knocked out all of a sudden. It's fascinating. Proper fascinating stuff.
I'm not saying that because Sugar's my friend and he's even Tyson's closer friend. I'm not on about Sugar. I'm just on about like trainers' point of view. I can tell you, to get through that fire, you've got to walk through it, mate. You got to burn every inch of your skin, but to get to the end, you got to do that. But
to win,
if someone's emotionally attached to you, don't go through the fire. Stay here with me. Stay here. You're not going to get burnt. You're perfect.
Different mentality.
It's a different mentality, and that's not what you need in boxing. But it is what it is. The instructions is clear. Next time, sometimes I take.
So they're basically saying next time we're going to go for it. I believe it when I see it. I think Tyson Fury is a psychologically shocked fighter. We saw it in the Ngannou fight. He gets put down against a UFC mixed martial arts wrestler slash bodybuilder slash whatever you want to call it, and he didn't come back fighting. If you don't want to fight with Ngannou, and he can't really do much, he's slow and he can't box like that, what makes you think you want to fight with Usyk when he's all over you? And Tony Bellew said a good thing. Tony Bellew made a good point. He said if Usyk wanted to stay on the back foot and just chip around, he could have done that. And I actually think he could. And I think it might have even been more dominant for Usyk, because Fury doesn't have the gas. I think if Usyk fought outside of himself. Yeah, when you're doing something you're not used to, it's a lot harder. It's not your natural. Usyk's natural thing isn't pressing forward. That's why I believe Usyk himself got tired and a bit slow towards the end. But if Usyk came out here in them first 4 rounds, just boxing and winning a few of them, Fury was so slow in the last half of the fight, so slow. And that's normally when Usyk's just ramping up. If Usyk goes in there, and wins like 2 or 3 of the first 6, and just starts picking bits off here and there, Fury was so slow, and Usyk would just be getting ready at that point, just be warming up, and then start putting the pressure on in the back half. I think Usyk expended a lot of energy in the first half, relative to what he normally does, which means that his back half wasn't as strong. Yeah, he got round 9, and round 8, I guess, but it wasn't. I'd say the Usyk versus Fury fight, Usyk was consistent throughout 12 rounds. Normally, he builds into it, and then people can't take it, even with Dubois. Yeah? These heavyweights can hang for 5-6 rounds. It's well documented. Even Mike Tyson, his prime. 5-6 rounds is pretty handy. The back 6, he does one big shot and falls in for the clinch. So if Usyk go in the next time and just fiddles around for the first half, Fury's going to be knackered. His head's going to be cooked like Tony Bellew. And then Usyk's going to be fast and strong when Fury's falling apart. So I really do think this is going to be... I mean, it's sport, right? Anything can happen. I'm intrigued to see this fight, I ain't going to lie. But it's clearly, if you're going to put money anywhere, it's got to be Usyk after what he's done. And psychologically, often, look at AJ. When AJ got popped for the first time, it took him 5 years to recover, and we still don't know. He still hasn't been tested like that. It took him 5 years. Fury's got to recover from a similar defeat in 6 months. And he's on the drink already. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. People smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about it. Stop it.